Moritz.
Damn right.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Moritz? Okay, cool. Damn right.
You don't have to call me that. Are we already going? Yeah? All right. So let's start. Ja, herzlich willkommen zum Interview mit Dean Lewis. Er ist schon ein bisschen in Deutschland, ist hier gerade schwer auf Achse, so let's start. Dean, we've already got to know you through your singles Waves last year, and now you're back with Be Alright. Could you tell us maybe something more about your current single?
Well, it's a weird song because I wrote it about a bunch of relationships. Some things that were things that happened to me and some things that happened to friends and family. And I sort of combined all these stories into a song. But it's based around me seeing a message on my ex-girlfriend's phone. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I personally only got to listen to your current single and your EP that was released last year. I know that's an awful question for any kind of artist, especially for musicians, but can you describe what Dean Lewis sounds like?
What does Dean Lewis sound like? What do I sound like? I guess it's like I like acoustic guitar. I like first-person lyrics to kind of put people in the scene. So it's very descriptive. And I like keeping it very raw, you know, not too polished or anything like that. Keeping the voice a bit real.
Well said. Okay, if people will listen to your music for the first time, what would be the perfect scenario to do so? Which surroundings can you imagine?
Scenario. Well, I mean, kind of like me. I mean, I guess I listen to music. Just my favorite is like you're on your bed with your laptop, listening with your headphones on, just listening to music, browsing, whatever you're looking at.
That's fine.
Best, yeah.
All right. Yeah, like you just said, most of the songs are about relationships, love, heartbreak, and all that stuff. Yeah. How come? Is that maybe a theme you choose by coincidence, or does it?
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I that's true. But for my album, I got to the point where, you know, I was up to my sixth sad song, and I was like, you know what, like. And I stopped myself. So the album's got some songs on there that are kind of not all about sad stuff. They're about, you know, there's one song that's about like dancing in a hotel room with someone you love or whatever and having fun. And I guess it's kind of just where I started. But I'm also a happy guy. So there's quite a few happy songs coming. But you know, I think you got to have a good mix of them.
Okay, Dean Lewis is a happy guy. All right. I heard that your father had a big influence on your style and taste in music. Maybe you can tell us something about that.
Yes, my dad. I'm very close to my dad. He always had music playing growing up. So like the Beatles and Oasis and stuff like that. And then but you know, he's like my number one supporter. Like, you know, every day he's messaging me like statistics of like you got this many streams, or he saw a photo of me in this paper. Like, he's always, you know, but yeah, he's loving it.
So he's still a big supporter of his son,
supporter.
Of course.
Yeah, but he's never like, actually, every time I put out a new song, like with Be Right and Waves, he was like, both times he was like, I don't know if that's the right song to put out. He goes, I think you got a better one. And then whenever he says that, the song does well. Okay. So if he doubts a little bit, it's good.
So he also does a lot of critics.
He's super critical, but he does it in a good. He loves all the stuff. He just is like, yeah, he always has the wrong pick, maybe.
All right. A lot of artists that inspired you are from the UK, and you also spent some time recording your songs there. Yeah. So maybe you can tell us something about your connection to the UK.
Yeah, I mean, all the bands that I grew up listening to, like the Beatles, Oasis, The Verve, most of them were from England, and. I mean, and then even the Kooks, I got in the Kooks and stuff like that. So I don't know. I loved the English sound. I love the way they write songs. I don't know what it is. And also recording there's nice because where I record in England, there's no reception where I record, and it's in a place called Hitchin, which is north of London, on a train. And I just love it. It's just the rain and it's really cool. But I think for album 2, maybe I'll try to record it in America.
What about Australian artists? Are there any names you could drop?
Like that I've been a fan of growing up. Yeah, there's a guy called Paul Kelly.
Okay.
But there's lots of Australian bands that I grew up listening to, like Silverchair. I don't know if you knew Silverchair.
Yeah, I heard about them,
which were great. But yeah, Australia's got some great artists.
Okay. If you could choose, which artists would you like to work with?
Which artists would I like to work with? I'd love to work with Noel Gallagher, just to say that I've done it, or Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
it's a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Who are you?" But yeah, those two would be amazing.
All right. You're quite busy right now promoting your music in Germany. And how do you feel? Is there a question that's maybe already been banned on any other radio station that we could ask you? Or I don't know. And what are you doing? Yeah. What are you dying to share with us? Sorry.
Yeah. It's been really busy, which is good because it's like, it means things are working. Do you know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of people that put out music and you dream of having people wanting to ask you questions about it and it connecting with people. So I feel very lucky, but it's been very busy and very full on. I'm dying to get out my next songs. Do you know what I mean? And they're done. There's only like 2 more for the album I have to record, but I can't wait to get those songs out. But I also understand you got to give your songs time to breathe, and Be Alright's just kind of getting started in Germany and in America as well. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I already read. You're just getting started, and you say you have 1,000 more songs still.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs
coming up.
There's a lot of songs, yeah. But I watch a lot of other artists, like maybe in this current time, like people put a lot of songs out, song after song after song, and I always liked the old school way of like. Or maybe it wasn't old school, I don't know. But when you let the song do its thing and let it live and don't cut it off. So that's what we're doing.
Back to Germany, did you get the chance to do some sightseeing?
No. I mean, I've been here for 3 days. 4 days. But, I was so jet lagged from America. The first day was like a haze. And then we've just been doing a lot of radio. So my life is basically, which is amazing. It's like hotel, you get picked up early and you just you're doing radio stuff and you don't really have much time to look around. But yeah, I feel lucky to do it.
But you have some time to try some German specialties, beer and whatever.
No, not really. No. I mean, I've been trying to stay off the beer. I know it's really boring. I'm trying to, because it's like there's so much travel that if you, it's like, when you're at home and you like, you have your routine, you don't drink you don't like, but when you're out on the road and you're having dinner with everyone, it's like everyone, there's always like, let's have a drink. And I think you can get tired that way. So I try to stay away from it. Very boring.
Okay. And have you picked up some German words yet, maybe?
9.
Okay. You could try one. It's called Eichhörnchen.
What is it?
Eichhörnchen. Can you repeat?
Eichhörnchen.
Eichhörnchen, yeah.
What is that?
It's a squirrel.
Squirrel?
Yeah.
Eichhörnchen.
Eichhörnchen.
That is the hardest word to say.
Yeah, I know.
You've just wrecked me. Eichhörnchen.
I'm sorry. It's really hard, even
great.
for Germans.
No, thank you.
What's the best part about traveling for you? When you get to travel apart from music and work, what does a perfect holiday look like for you?
Oh, the best holiday is going maybe like somewhere like Los Angeles on my own or with a close friend or a group of friends. And like, I love going to like getting up in the morning and like having time to myself, like going out and getting like breakfast, even on my own. I love that, and bringing my notebook. And I'm not one of those people that when I holiday, I don't want to go to museums and all that stuff. Because I feel like if you're doing something and you're pursuing what you really like, it's so exciting and so energizing. And if you're working towards something where it's writing a song, writing a book, it's like you don't really need to go out and go skydiving or like, see museums, but maybe that'll change in the future.
So you're more the floating guy and not planning everything.
Just take time. Yeah. I mean, I do. I have like a to-do list and all that stuff. Like I try to like do stuff, but I'm more working towards creating something. Do you know what I mean? And I like having time to do it and kind of, I guess floating.
Okay. You often talk about obsessing about songs. What song are you listening to on repeat these days? On the bus, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. The song I'm obsessing about is, there's one by a guy called Lauv, and the song's called Enemies. And
I'm sorry, I don't know it.
He has that song, and it was called I Like Me Better When I'm With You. You know that song?
Yeah, I think I heard it before.
That's that's his big song, and then he put out a song called Enemies, which I just love. I've been listening to it on repeat.
All right. You're pretty far away from home right now. How do you keep Australia, your friends, close while traveling the globe? Or what do you miss the most?
Yeah, I guess I miss my friends and family. Like I've been away for almost 3 months. But I mean, I speak to them like every day, all the time. Like it's hard with time zones and stuff like that. But I'm always in contact.
All right. There's another Australian band in our playlist right now, The Fame, with their song "Summer Is a Curse." Do you know them? Maybe.
Someone mentioned The Fame the other day. I don't know who they are.
Okay. Don't
They're
care.
Australian band?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check them out.
All right. When one's scrolling through your Instagram feed, you get the idea that you're someone who has a really humorous way of handling social media.
Yeah.
And is humor a way for you not to get too serious about your career and having success? Or
yeah, well, I mean, it's sort of my personality. I'm quite like, I always like to have a joke, and it's sort of how I am. So, and I like to put that into my social media. And I think people maybe weirded out because they think that, you're going to be, you know, if you're writing sad songs, you're going to be quite, you know, depressing, black and white photos, you know what I mean? Very artistic. But on my Instagram, I'm not. I'm just myself. And I've made a conscious decision to be like, just be myself and have fun, not take it too seriously.
All right. Let's travel ahead in time. Where do you see your future self in about 10 years from now?
In 10 years. Wow.
That's a big step.
That's a big step. I don't know. I'd probably be, hopefully I've released 4 amazing albums that I'm really proud of, you know what I mean? And I can, you know, it'd be great to have like, be able to tour around the world to big, you know, and be respected as an artist. I'd love that.
I think your chances are pretty good.
Let's hope, yeah.
What's next? Do you have a record in the making now or?
Yeah. So the album's almost done. There's like two more songs I got to record. And they've been written. The next 3 songs are finished that I'll be releasing. So it's putting out new music. And I think the album's out early next year. So I can't wait.
All right. How do you celebrate Christmas? Any traditions you treasure in your family? Anything special?
No, I mean, just basically the family getting together. In Australia, Christmas is, it's summer. So it's like barbecue, outdoors, lots of food with your friends and family. Beer and all that stuff. I can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're nearly through. What is 2019 gonna look like for Dean Lewis?
Well, the album, there'll be a new song I think early next year. Then the album out early next year as well. And then my manager was telling me it's gonna be like I mean from I guess January, like 12 months of touring and doing, you know, yeah, it's my first album. So, and we've got a lot of excitement around it. We feel really good about it. Like my team, I guess you'd say, we're all really excited. And so I think it's going to be a lot of touring and a lot of traveling.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy more, touring or the time in the studio?
Oh, that's a really tough one because I'm a real studio guy. Like I love spending time on the songs and working on them. But when you have like, I can imagine it when you're starting to play bigger venues and because I've done a lot of support shows and stuff like that. But back home in Australia, it's growing. So it's really good when you're doing your own shows and they're getting bigger because it feels, you know, starts to feel like more real and it just has a excitement about it. But I think I actually prefer getting the song sounding amazing, actually. But maybe that's because I'm like on week 10 or week 11 of like nonstop travel. But I do love this. I love touring and I love coming in and talking as well. So.
But I can imagine you're more the obsessed guy, even with your own music. And,
yeah.
It can be quite hard work with you in the studio. One more time. We need another take.
100%.
Like this.
It's really tough. It's tough to get some sort of magic. And I never know how we do it. It's good when you do. And I hope I can keep doing it.
Okay. I'm through with my questions.
Thanks, Mo.
Thank you very much, Dean Lewis, for coming around.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again in the future.
Cheers, man. Thank you. Cheers.